Good evening, I'm Brett Baer, and this is a Fox News alert. Almost 3 years after withdrawing combat troops from Iraq, President Obama is now considering the use of military force against a terrorist army on the move tonight in northern Iraq, breaking through the lines of Kurdish fighters. Talks of action, we're told, center around providing humanitarian aid to tens of thousands of Iraqi Christians who've been driven out of their homes and surrounded by ISIS terrorists, and also possible military strikes to back up Kurdish and Iraqi troops fighting those same terrorists. It's one of several major foreign policy challenges facing the president tonight, but it's one that goes against the major goal of the Obama administration, to get out and stay out of Iraq. Here's Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry.
ISIS is on the march in Iraq. Christians and other ethnic minorities are on the brink of a possible genocide that's reverberating around the globe. From the White House, where President Obama had hundreds of protesters show up outside the gates urging action, to the Iraqi parliament, where the only lawmaker representing the Yazidi sect gave emotional testimony demanding help.
In the name of humanity, I call upon all of you to save us, Now at least 30,000 families are besieged in the Sinjar Mountains without water and food. They are dying.
White House officials today acknowledged the severity of the crisis. Up to 40,000 Christians and Yazidis pinned on a mountain by ISIS without food, water, and shelter. But they were wishy-washy on how much the U.S. can help.
It is a situation that we are deeply concerned about and closely monitoring.
White House spokesman Josh Earnest stressed this was a problem of the Iraqi government's making, and no U.S. military option could solve it long term.
There's about to be a possible genocide of 40,000 people, and you're saying we're seriously concerned. We're monitoring it. Doesn't that seem like a disconnect?
No, Ed, because this is something that we are closely watching, and it is something that we're
watching. People might be slaughtered.
And what we're doing is we are actively supporting the Iraq security forces and Kurdish security forces to try to confront this problem.
Earnest added U.S. military action can only come if it's in America's core interests.
Is preventing a genocide in America's core interests?
The reason that is an important question is that we have seen a couple of different situations where there have been urgent conditions where innocent civilians were under extreme duress and at a heightened risk of slaughter.
Well, Ernest said these situations are decided on a case-by-case basis. 2 years ago, the president made a more specific promise at the U.S. Holocaust Museum.
I made it clear that preventing mass atrocities and genocide is a core national security interest and a core moral responsibility of the United States of America.